which I feel like the people who came before me missed. I don't say they don't know it, but they missed it. I can tell you or something. So basically, if we see, we are studying, and this presentation is also about 18th century novel and the rise of this novel. So, and as Majid said, the name is Novus. That means something new. A new genre was coming into the space, and people were getting involved in it. But the question is why? Why did this new genre come into being? You know, whatever, and this quote that I wrote here, the only constant thing in the world is change. This holds true for almost everything. Maybe political science, maybe psychology, or maybe anything. In political science, for example, we have a theory like we start from anarchy. You guys know what's anarchy? Lawlessness, when we have no laws. From anarchy we'll go to monarchy. From monarchy we go to democracy. And the important and interesting thing is that from democracy we again go to what? Anarchy. No matter how appealing any of these may appear to you, like anarchy, you might say that democracy is superior than monarchy and monarchy is superior than anarchy. But at the end of the day, the political theory says that we will return to anarchy. But why? The thing is that the human nature, the behavior of humans, it wants change. It does not want to see the same thing again and again. Finally, it gets tired and fed up with one thing, looking at one thing. So same happened if we apply this theory in literature. We see that from old days we have seen drama, from old days we have seen poetry. And this new genre, I will not say that drama declined, I will not say that poetry declined because they did not, that's a real truth and nobody can deny that. But a new genre came into being. And this had many reasons. Apart from this, that the world requires change at all times, there were many reasons. First, as we know, there was liberation of common man, and special influences that had an effect were, we can say, the industrial and French Revolution, and or even before that, the influences or impacts that science had put on the common man. The shift from wealth was there between from aristocracy to the common man, the middle class. The wealth was coming, I mean, it was getting kind of balanced. And another thing was that that we have studied with Midamam's lectures, that we had industrial revolution. What that did was that it gave some free time to the man, to the common middle class man, and led this leisure time. And as we see, as if we compare drama with poetry with novel, what do you think requires more leisure time? Poetry, drama, or novel? It's of course novel. Because novel, I mean, the writer, the author just goes on writing in prose whatever he wants to write, whatever he thinks, and he just exaggerates things and writes very freely. So this sort of a genre required time from the audience. And before this industrial revolution or the effects science had put on the common man's life, there was not this leisure time. Like we see in Shakespearean times, we had Shakespearean dramas, they were played in front of kings, but also we see that when we study this Shakespearean theatre, we see that there was a place for the groundlings, the people whom we call groundlings, the people of the lower class, the working class people. So we had balconies for the kings and queens and aristocrats, and we also had something in the Shakespearean drama for the common people. So basically what I want to say is that before the arrival of this genre, we did not have that much of leisure time, which can be one of the reasons. We can say that it was one of the reasons for the arrival or rise of this genre, which we call as novel. And industrial and the French Revolution, of course, played a vital role, again emphasizing the same fact that people were given more of the leisure time. Okay, so now coming on to the what the people in the initial stages of novel were writing about. As Majid, Azhar, Mudassir, Farhan, etc. all have said, and I would not like to go again into that, but just superficially, I would like to say that the themes were more, they wanted to connect with the common man, their audience. अगर कोई ये बोलता है whoever, if he is writing a drama, novel or poetry, अगर कोई ये बोलता है कि अपने लिए लिख रहा हूँ, he's saying a blunt lie. He's not writing for himself, he's writing for an audience. When you write a poem which is going to be published, are you writing for yourself or audience? And you keep in mind that इसको कोई पढ़ने वाला, right? So same was the case with them. They wanted to connect, the 18th century novelists wanted to connect with the common man, the middle class man. So that's how we see that in Richardson's Pamela we had a protagonist who was a common middle class woman, not even middle class, lower class woman, and people loved it. People loved to relate themselves with when they see somebody from themselves as a protagonist or something. They like to relate themselves, and this was, I would not say exploited by the writers, but kind of exploited by the writers, because the audience they kept in mind was the middle class. The themes they wrote about were about the middle class man, and the protagonists were the middle class man, and these were the influences on the 18th century novel. Okay, so and one important thing that I would like to mention, sorry. We are, when we say this 18th century, it starts from 1700 to 1799. But in literature, we have nothing to do with this 1700 to 1799, because we are not dealing with history or political science. We are not dealing with dates. We are dealing with periods. So we have this three things actually, and that's why people wrote here 1832 instead of 99, because this 99 for literature does not mean anything. It does not stop abruptly here. Even here it does not stop, but we kind of have a period division which we mark at 1832, where from up to where we have the Romantic Revival. So the three things that were popular from the 1700s, or the naming of the periods is like starting from Pope. Pope and Dryden first, and this was also starting. I mean, the first half of the 18th century, we had periodicals, the Titler and Spectator, etc., etc., which laid the foundation, as has already been said. So I need not go there. So Pope, Dryden, and after in the middle, or towards the end. Later half of the 18th century, we have these